All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, hopeful elect, pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in spirit and in truth throughout the four corners of the globe. Coming back at you with another lesson. This is from Reuters. And as you can see, it says Taliban codify morality laws requiring Afghan women to cover faces, men to grow beards. Okay. So some of these things that they're touching upon is basic things that's found in the scriptures. All right. Things that put men in order, that put women in order. Okay. But the main thing in this article is dealing with these women. Now you have the Western media that's up in an uproar, okay, and also Afghani women that have pretty much went rogue and taken upon them a Western mindset. That's up in arms about this, okay. And the Western media is shedding light upon this, attempting to demonize, these Afghanis, that government, for doing things like this, which really they're mad. They're simply mad because they weren't successful. The U.S. military in particular wasn't successful with their invasion of Afghanistan. All right, because if you remember, a couple of years ago, the U.S. military had to get the hell out of Dodge, to where they left millions of dollars of equipment over in Afghanistan. All right. If you remember also, they had, jets taking off, and you had Afghanis sitting on the wings, and just all kind of bugged out stuff. All right. Because they knew, all right, those Afghanis that invested in Esau, in democracy, invested in that Western liberal mindset, they knew that with the U.S. military leaving, they were going to be sought after, all right, and persecuted for being, treasonous against their heritage, pretty much, all right, their way of life, okay. And just like Esau, when he's done with you, he's just going to forget you and get the hell up out of there. And guess what? You got to deal with your people, all right. So, now they're simply mad because that Western influence, on that culture over there wasn't successful. So they're trying to demonize, this Taliban government for simply, putting things in order the way they should be. All right. Which that being a man over a woman, a woman being covered, the man having a beard on his face, certain things. All right. Now these people ain't got the truth, but there's a certain, order that naturally, all cultures should have. All right. So, as you see, it says Kabul, August 23rd. Afghanistan's Taliban formally codified a long set of rules governing morality this week, ranging from requiring women to cover their faces and men to grow beards, to banning car drivers from playing music, and the Justice Ministry said. And hey, truthfully, playing music while driving is a distraction. All right, for some more than others, but really, it really is a distraction. Okay. It says the rules promoted as a line with Islamic Sharia law and to be enforced by the morality minister were based on a decree by the Taliban's supreme spiritual leader in 2022 and were now officially published as law, a Justice Ministry spokesman said. The Morality Ministry, formerly called the Ministry of the Prevention of Vice and Propaganda of Venture, has already been enforcing similar morality requirements and says it has detained thousands of people for violations. It was not immediately clear whether publication of the rules would lead to stronger enforcement. The Taliban's restrictions on women and freedom of expression have drawn sharp criticism from rights groups and many foreign governments since see it's highlighted many foreign governments. They want to highlight the fact that the world doesn't like this. The world wants liberalism. Women should be free the nip. You know, all that bullshit. All right. When that the governments, majority of the governments that would have some feelings about this would be Western governments. All right. All the governments that took the juice. All right. Or should I say administered the juice. All right. They drank the juice of democracy. All right. And pushed the juice of, you know, that taco sauce. Okay, which all governments really did that. But that democracy juice, you know, the Western governments, you know, are heavy into that. All right, so they all Western governments have that mindset of, you know, women need to be liberated. Okay, it says the Taliban's restrictions on women and freedom of expression have drawn sharp criticism for rights groups and many foreign governments since the former insurgents resumed control of Afghanistan in 2021. All right, so that's when you know, the U.S. military had to get the hell up out of there. It says day by day, they are trying to erase women from society, said a 37-year-old housewife in Kabul. The silence of the international community regarding the actions of the Taliban is encouraging them to create new laws and restrictions every day, added the women identified by her first name, Helma. Western capitals, led by Washington, have said have said the path to formal recognition of the Taliban is largely stalled until they reverse course on women's rights and open high school. Man, get the fuck out of here. And open high schools to girls. You see this bullshit? Okay, so here it is. Washington got their ass whooped in that war over there, and now they talking about they don't formally recognize the Taliban as being, you know, the rightful people, you know, to control that government in Afghanistan until they reverse course on women's rights, meaning pretty much let women destroy themselves and allow females to go to high school. This is crazy, man. Crazy. Which both of those things destroy women. All right, because a woman's place is to be at home, minding her business. Okay? It says the Taliban say they respect women's rights in accordance with their interpretation of Islamic law and local customs. All right, which there's nothing wrong with that. All right, what they believe is you know, they believe in that Islam garbage. Okay, but hey, if they sticking true, they're heathens. All right, they're not Israelites. They're heathens, despite you having Israelites over there. But for the most part, they're heathens and they're lost anyways. But the customs and the you know, the belief that they have, you know, puts women in a better order than, you know, the plantation Christianity, for example. All right, which allows women to pretty much collect a whole bunch of bodies, all right, and destroy themselves. Okay. It says and that they are internal matters that should be addressed locally, which is true. All right, what they got going on over there in Afghanistan is frankly none of America's business. All right, so there's more to this, but I'm gonna grab 2 precepts and get it out of here. All right, so this is Genesis 3:16. It says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." That's what the Most High had told Eve. Okay, so pertaining to women, a woman's desire is to be to her husband. All right, and the husband is to rule over the woman, which in Western culture, that's a problem. All right, that's a major problem in Western culture. Just the thought of that for a woman is irksome. All right, it's like nails on the chalkboard. It's foreign. Okay, but there's some pockets of civilization on the planet that stick to a man being a man and a woman being a woman in that order. All right, which is what Esau Edom, Western civilization wants to completely destroy from the earth. Okay, which is why they condemn any type of culture that has some type of order. Okay. Next, this is 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 34. Also, matter of fact, did it say that? Okay. I forget if it mentioned. I don't think we read it, but in this article, I believe. Okay, let me jump down to this article, to this paragraph here. All right, this paragraph here that I got highlighted. It says the requirements include women to wear attire that fully covers their bodies and faces and bars men from shaving their beards, as well as from skipping prayer and religious fasts. Okay, so it's not just them getting on women; they're getting on men too. There was something in the article, I forget what paragraph, but it had stated that women were not to speak in public, man. All right, and that's that's true. Women shouldn't be, just gadding down the street, bumping their gums. All right, talking to random men. All right, men they might find attractive. Flirting with a man they might find attractive. Meanwhile, they got a whole husband at home or at work. All right, that's wicked, man. Okay, because the scriptures tell you that he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. Okay, 1 Corinthians 14 and 34 says, "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law." All right, so pertaining to the realm of Israel, which in the kingdom, women in general ain't gonna have place to speak out of turn. All right, like the old school saying goes, women are to be seen, not heard. All right, just like children, because women ain't nothing but big children. Okay, and that's a major problem within the world of Israel. In this day and time is women. Pretty much before even getting on the women, a bunch of beta males, that call themselves Israelites, allowing women to have some type of opinion within the church, all right? When it's not a woman's place to be in the church, trying to teach anybody anything. Okay, so women are supposed to keep their mouth closed, in the presence of men. Okay, it says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Okay, so women's, not permitted to speak in the church. All right, but you have women pastors these days. Women thinking they can preach sermons and things of that nature, which is complete wickedness, man. But the earth is going back to, women being put in subjection, man. Wrapped up, cooking and cleaning. All right. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. Like, Esau totally wants everything upside down, man, in out of order. When there's order flowing, Esau, that's a disgrace to an Edomite when things are in proper order. All right, according to righteousness. All right. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.